Hello, traders everywhere. Adam Hewison here, president and founder of INO.com and co-founder of MarketClub with your midday update for Tuesday, the 22nd of January. You know, after the bell today, Google reports its fourth quarter earnings, and it could be a shocker. We'll be looking at that stock very closely today. We'll also be looking at these other stocks, plus crude oil, copper, and Best Buy, State Street, and Travelers Companions, and the USO. We'll look at all these markets very quickly, but you get a sense of what we're looking at. So let's start with crude oil, which is right here. Click on the little blue square, and that brings up a chart. And look what's going on with this market today. 96.66, really looking very, very strong. And this could be an Achilles heel for the market because we could see this market come under pressure. But we've been talking about this all year, this huge base that's building, the fact that we can just draw a line across here. There's the breakout again. There's the monthly buy that came in at 95.21. 96.66 is the last. So we can basically go from this level here, 87, up to 95. That's $8. This projects up to 103. It's $103 a barrel. Very, very bullish scenario for the crude oil market. 99 to 100 is going to be obviously the natural resistance level, which is right here. But I think we'll see this market continue to improve from current levels. So let's see how that plays out, and we'll go from there. Let's go to our next market, clear the screen. So crude oil, very bullish. We've been bullish on that for some time, and we expect it to continue. So let's go to our next stock market, and that is going to be the S&P 500 cash. That's in new high territory for the move. Again, you've got this great base that's market has been built. Last week I was talking about this on Bloomberg television, and you can see there's the base, very similar to the crude. There's a lot of energy under here now, a lot of energy. This could go much, much higher. Certainly we could go 100 points higher in the S&P 500. We could go maybe to 1,600 on the upside with not too much of a problem. So definitely bullish, and I think we'll see this continue to be pushed up, as that seems to be what the Fed wants to do. So let's clear the screen again and go to our next market, and that's going to be the NASDAQ. Now the NASDAQ is suffering because of Apple. You see the differential here. You've got the S&P 500 making new highs, and you've got the NASDAQ just dawdling along here for the past 3 days. In fact, it's down today because of Apple, which is under pressure, which reports earnings on Wednesday. We'll be looking at that as well. So let's go on to the Apple, which is the next one, and you can see it's down today, trading below $500 a share. Who would have thought that? You know, remember, just not that long ago, a lot of the pundits and the gurus were saying right here it was going to go to $1,000 a share, the most expensive company. Now this market has lost more in the last several months, since October to where we are now, than the value of JP Morgan, the entire company of JP Morgan. That's how much Apple has lost. It's down about 27% from the high, and it looks like it's going to continue down. Now obviously the earnings that come out on Wednesday are probably going to be to a large degree anticipated in the market, and that's how the market reacts to that market, to those earnings, is going to be a key to this next move in Apple. But for the moment, we are minus 85 right here. It's a negative on Apple. I don't think it's going to come around very soon, and maybe Apple TV will save it, but Apple TV has been coming for the last 3 years, and it hasn't arrived yet. So let's clear the screen, go to our next market. And let's go in on the Google's reporting, as I said, Google's reporting after the close today. Now look at the action in Google. We are now in an oversold condition right here. You can see that on the Williams percent R. We've also had a pullback, but here's the key. Our monthly trade triangle is positive, okay? So let me just sketch out what this means for this market. The monthly is positive, so therefore the longer term trend for Google is bullish. Okay, that's this triangle right here. That's the big trend. That's the bullish trend. This is the one that's causing the problem right now, and that is saying be on the sidelines. So if you're trading this market using our program, our trade triangles, you want to be on the sidelines in this market right now. There's no reason to get in front of a report. Now, we are oversold. The trend, the longer term trend is positive. Will we come back up and go through these levels? Remains to be seen. We're going to be talking about Facebook. Facebook could be a real Achilles heel for Google because it has more data on more people than anybody else on the planet. That's very, very valuable for advertisers. But we'll be looking at the trend. Now, look, just remember this. The trend in Google right now, short term, for the last 10 days has been going down. Let's just reverse that. Let's clear the screen. And let's take a look at Facebook. And Facebook we have right here. Notice the trend here. All green, 100. It's telling you the market wants to be long Facebook and maybe either out of Google or short Google against Facebook. Personally, I think a trade would be to be just long Facebook. That looks like the longest, strongest trend we have. And again, if we scope this out further, look at the way this market's beginning to build the base, very similar to crude oil, very similar to all these markets that are going to have big moves. So here's the big energy field, what we call the energy field right here. And there's the market just breaking over those levels right here. So this is capable, in my opinion, of going from this level right here, 18 rather, up to the high there, 10, 28. So we could go up to 38 as a target zone for Facebook. That's our target zone right now. Technically speaking, everything is a go with all the triangles positive. We may see some pullback, but generally speaking, it looks like it wants to go higher. Maybe this afternoon, when we hear the Google report, it's going to be a big influence on Facebook. So let's clear that screen. And let's go to our next market. And let's go back to the portfolio because we sort of jumped around there from Google here. So let's look at the euro dollar because that's really kind of moving around a little bit today, partly because of what the BOJ, Bank of Japan, came out with their inflation adjustment to 2% and their buying of assets, which is sort of looking to push the market still higher. Anyway, we'll take a look and see what this is going on. But generally speaking, we're still in a bull trend. The monthly and the weekly still positive, and I think we're going to see what's going on here. So let's go to our next market, and that's going to be gold. Gold's acting well. That's up plus 70. Not yet a really super bull market, but it's trying to get there. You certainly should be long based on our weekly and daily trends. Now look at how we do this. Here's the daily right here, the weekly rather, 1693. The market's where it is right now. That was our buy point, and we use our weekly for trend and our daily for timing. That's how we look at this, and it looks like it's going to be doing very, very well. And let's go from there and see what happens. So generally speaking, it looks like the trend is your friend, and the trend looks like it wants to go high, but I'd love to see this monthly go green for us. So let's go to our next market, and that's going to be the silver market. Much the same picture in silver, maybe a little bit more robust, but we're up a little bit in silver today. And you can see, generally speaking, the same two green triangles rather, are positive, indicating a trend is in place, or at least trying to get higher. But we need to clear these highs right here to get this thing really rolling on the upside. So next market's copper, another industrial metal. Now this is interesting action today because obviously the stock market's up and it looks like it wants to go higher. All of our trade triangles are green, plus 90, strong trend. You should be trading this market from the long side. And that's the way the trend is playing out right now. So moving along to our next market, and that's the Dow. Now the Dow looks really good today. It looks cleared these recent highs that we're seeing in the September-October period, and it looks like it wants to go higher. Now based on this configuration, we could see this market go at least 1,000 points high. So 14.5 would not be out of the realm of possibility on the Dow. So let's move this along to Facebook. We looked at that stock. We're bullish on that stock. This is Western Digital. This is on the big movers today. You can see it's up 5.25% looks really like it wants to go higher, but look at where our trade triangles got in here. Basically, they picked up the thing at 35.89. It's 47.15, looking really, really good. So again, we had the trend. Now this is a good example of how our system, our program, and our approach works in this market. So here's the original buy point right here. Okay, that's right around 39. Let's say call it 40. You had a signal to get out here around 42. You took a small profit, but the market came all the way down. You got in again. You get out here, and you get in here at 35.89. So everything you have here, either the 41 that you would have gotten long in the long term, if you're a long-term trader, is in the plus column. This is in the plus column. Everything looks go for Western Digital. So let's just clear the screen and let's go to our next market, and that's going to be Best Buy. Now Best Buy is not looking quite so good. And here's the reason why. The long-term monthly trend on Best Buy is still negative from 22.85, and that's just the way it is. And if you scope this out further and we just leave the monthly on, you can see quite clearly this is where the monthly kicked in at 22.85 on April 2nd of 2012. So again, the trend is your friend, and look visually, you can just see how this market has just sort of evaporated. Now I think one of the largest shareholders is trying to take it private. Whether he succeeds or not, I don't know, and I'm not sure it's such a great investment anyway, given the rise of the digital era and people buying products online and from Amazon and so forth. We'll talk about that in just a bit, because we talked about Amazon being long, Amazon short Walmart. Well, I think that's where the big box stores are going to have real problems. So let's clear the screen, go to our next market, and that's going to be State Street. Now State Street, again, look at the action today and look at where we got long here, 45.07. Market's currently trading at 55. Very nice trade just since November of 1st. Never went again. We've never had a negative weekly on this so far. Eventually we will, and we'll get out. We won't go short. We'll just take our profits. But look at how this market's performing really, really well. And look at this base it's coming from, a really big base, capable of carrying this market much higher. So let's go to our next market. This is Travelers Companies. And you can see Travelers Companies, again, they had a big pop today. They were up, they're still up 2.86% right now, but it looks like there's a little bit of profit taking coming in. But look at where we got long in this market at 59. And if we scope this out, I'll have to scope this out a little further to show you. There's the monthly kicked in at 59.50, and you can see it's just really worked out really, really well. Last weekly came in at right here at 74.50. Nice profits in that also. So again, things are working out well with this particular trade. So last is the USO, which is what we talked about before with the crude oil. This is an ETF you can trade quite easily, and it looks as though that wants to do much better as well. Same pattern as the underline. So definitely the 37 level is going to be a key area for this market, and we'll see how it plays out there. But hey, lots going on, some good markets to follow. Follow those trade triangles. They'll help you make money in the markets. I'm Adam Hewison for INO.com and Market Club. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a great trading day.